Hey everyone, Garry Turner here. Possibility expander, working at the intersection of international sales, people and culture, equity inclusion and sustainability. And today is my 48th time around the sun. And I feel really blessed as I walk around Hextable Village Gardens here in Kent, Heritage Gardens here in Kent in the UK, because only 10 days ago I had a suspected heart attack. Doesn't seem to have been the case, but all the symptoms were there. So I spent 5 hours in A&E, and so far so good, I'm still here. Back at the beginning of the pandemic, in 2020, I had testicular cancer when my right testicle was removed. Lucky I got it very, very early on because I stayed conscious and aware of it, of the change in my body. And that's part of what this message is really, for anyone that might see it today, is for well over 100 years, if not longer, we have all, especially men, but us all, have been conditioned not to trust how we feel in our body, to stuff down and suppress and oppress those feelings that come up within our body, because those are fluffy. You're being too sensitive. It's not hard enough data. Whereas actually, had I not have listened to my body, had I not have trusted my inner sensing that something was wrong at an early stage, I may not be able to record this message with you. So I just really want to share with you this reflective video today, that there is billions spent on leadership development. There is billions spent on organizational design and business modeling, reimagining. There is digital transformation happening. There is so much stuff happening all around the world, particularly in Western business spaces. But hardly any of that genuinely is centering the perspectives of the people most harmed by our Western business models. Now, that's not to put you into shame or me into shame or to feel any blame at all. But the reason we are where we are, the reason we see supply chains collapsing, the reason we see the right-wing politics going through the roof and people feeling more and more afraid and scared, is not because there isn't enough. It's not because there isn't enough resource on this planet. It's not because there's not enough to go around. It's because a tiny percentage of people believe they have the right to control the majority of resources, whether that's through murder, land grabbing, acquiring other companies, controlling the financial markets, controlling politics. And we've all got a stake, every single one of us, you watching this video, me, we've all got a stake in reimagining and challenging what is clearly a divisive, oppressive and violent system. And it's hard to hear this, particularly if you're hearing it for the first time, because everything we've been conditioned with is about living from the outside in, right? It's about logic, it's about getting a high IQ, it's about being intelligent above the neck. And if you get good grades, you then get a good job, get a good salary, get a good pension. And then by the time you hit 65, maybe you can start to really calm back down and enjoy life to the max. That is a direct result of colonization. I have a colonized mind. You, if you're watching this, almost definitely have a colonized mind. You're not a bad person. In fact, you're probably a really decent person that wants to do good in the world for your kids, for your family, for your community. But the systems are designed to set us off against one another. The systems are designed that we feel in fear of the organizations that pay our salary. They are not equal. Positions of power. So as I end this little reflective video, I don't know where I'm going to post it or if I'm going to post it at all. I'm doing it as much for me as I am for you on this 48th time around the sun for me. But I do think it's important to capture that we're not even in a liminal space between states. We are in Western so-called collapse. Supply chains are collapsing, political system is collapsing, the way we do business is collapsing. If you look at one of the PwC CEO surveys for 2024, 22% of CEOs believe their business model will be obsolete within the next 10 years. Living above the neck, just with logic, just with strategy, just with acquiring other companies, it's not enough, people. It never was enough, and it really isn't enough anymore. So my invitation to you is, what are you going to do differently? What inner work are you going to do for yourself, for your relationships at home, for your community, for your workplace, and for the world? Because every one of us has got that power from within. Hashtag change is an inside job. Change, yes, of course, it can be forced on us from external factors, but the majority of how we see the world and how we experience it comes from the inside out. Whilst we should also be centering the harm and the violence that is caused, that allows me to have a package in a workplace that gives me 6 times my salary if I die during work. In another way, 6 people are exposable somewhere else in the world to cover that cost for me. We need to reimagine systems. We need to come together. We need to be collective, and we can start that today. Happy birthday to me. Good luck to you, and let's keep in touch.